Welcome to Global South Perspective. I'm Maureen Nkandu. Today we get an insight into developments in Venezuela. We've seen media reports where there's been political upheaval since the July 28 elections, in which incumbent President Nicolás Maduro declared victorious. So what actually is happening there? But before we do that, I'd like to give a context on what we mean by the Global South. Well, the Global South refers to the regions of Latin America, Africa, the Caribbean, Asia, the Middle East, and Oceania. So essentially, it is countries or regions that are not or that are outside Europe and North America. Now, back to the political developments in Venezuela. Since the July 28 elections, there's been a dispute over the declaration of President Nicolás Maduro as the winner. Opposition say that the results were not free and fair. Some of them have been arrested, their supporters are in detention, and some opposition leaders have gone into exile. So what exactly is going on? To tell us more is Voice of America correspondent based in Caracas, Adriana Nunes, who joins us live now from there. Adriana, thank you for joining us. So, what is the current situation at the moment?
The situation in Venezuela right now is filled with sadness, doubt, and uncertainty among the opposition. They feel that the departure of presidential candidate Edmundo González to Spain could mark the end of the fight for political change and democracy. Other opposition members believe that Edmundo González can continue fighting to be sworn in as Venezuela's president in January 2025, arguing that he can continue fighting from exile. They claim that his safety in Venezuela was at risk, and thus it is better for him to be in Spain. Some opposition members are relieved that Edmundo González was able to leave Venezuela amidst threats and in a context where around 2,000 people have been arrested since the elections on July 2028, not only for protesting but simply for being near a protest. The circle around opposition leader Maria Corina Machado and Edmundo González has been practically persecuted. Most of the politicians are in hiding, in exile, or in prison. This is why street protests and demonstrations have ceased, not because Venezuela doesn't want to protest, but because of the overwhelming fear of being in prison.
Now, obviously, it sounds like it's very tense. They're in a very difficult situation. So how are people coping?
People in Venezuela are living in great fear, especially those opposing Nicolás Maduro's government, because they feel that expressing themselves on social media or sending a message on WhatsApp can land them in jail. And they believe this because they have already seen how neighbors, friends have been arrested precisely for sending a message through WhatsApp denouncing Nicolás Maduro's government. Many citizens have already seen how they enter poor neighborhoods to take people who participated in the post-election protests.
Opposition leader Eduardo González is in exile in Spain, as are some of his supporters and so on. And they're saying that the elections, obviously, they're disputing the results. So what is it exactly that they want to see happen?
The people of Venezuela are demanding that Nicolás Maduro and the National Armed Forces accept that they lost the election, accept that Edmundo González Urrutia won with more than 60% of the votes. The opposition has proof that he won, but in Venezuela, the institutions, they are taken by the ruling party.
And in all this, Adriana, what is the government saying? What is the administration of President Maduro saying?
The government of Nicolás Maduro says that everyone that right now is in prison is a terrorist. He accuses the opposition to make terrorist acts after the elections.
So how is this likely to end? How is it likely to play out? Is it eventually going to die out? Will protests and demonstrations just fade out and they will accept the incumbency of the president? Or something drastic is likely to happen?
I can't answer what will happen. It is a very difficult moment for Venezuela. People are fighting for their freedom and are demanding that their vote be respected. But the government will not accept it, and it will take time to know exactly what is going to happen.
Well, very interesting there. Thank you very much. Adriana Nunes, Voice of America correspondent in the Venezuelan capital, Caracas. Thank you very much for sharing that important information, and we wish you the very best. Stay safe, and we'll be getting back to you from time to time for updates. And there we have it. That's all we have for today on Global South Perspective. Join us again next time for another topic. I'm Maureen Nkandu.